Not yet. Stop. Hey, everybody. This is Denise Reed. Welcome to Just a Point of View. It's a podcast that I try to release once a week, and I am celebrating happiness through the 52 Lists for Happiness by Maurice Segal, dragging you along as I share each one of the lists and try to celebrate. And I hope that you enjoy the journey for sure. It's been a fun adventure for me, and I am glad that I am able to bring this to you and us. Find a little bit of happiness in our day. Is list 9. Yay! We're making it through the 52 lists. And today it's really interesting to me to see that Maurice Segal felt things could really make some big impact. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine, Dr. Cherishing, and we talked about the little things and the fact that we all need to celebrate them and be grateful for them. Because if you had multiple little things that kept coming up during the day over and over and over again, it would add up to a really big, crazy day that you may not wish that you had lived through. Just saying. So on list 9 says to list all the little things that happened today that brought you joy. And today I had to go really micro, small. Just saying. And I started my list 9 several years back, and I thought it was fun to revisit it just to see what things on this day, and I didn't put a date on here. I probably should put dates by some of my lists just so I can reference the time in my life as I go through each happiness list about when a particular something came up for me. And Maurice Segal says, or she recommends, that you take action on your little things. And what she recommends is that this week, write down one thing that brought you bliss on a slip of paper, and then place them in a jar or some kind of container. Keep this jar of joy going all year, and anytime that you feel down or struggling with your happiness level, dip into that jar and pull out one of those slips of paper to remember the little things that brought you happiness. And I thought, oh my, I just went overboard, and I didn't write down something every day, and I didn't have a jar. I got a whole journal. Let me get it turned around. That I wrote in and declared it my happiness journal. And I wrote in this journal, I wouldn't let myself write anything negative in this journal. It could only be happiness related things in there about all different aspects of living. And I'll share with you some of those aspects of living just so you might benchmark against me, or it might spark some ideas, or I don't know. Anyway, in my happiness journal, my first thing I asked was, what makes me happy? And I have an advertising marketing background, so I know how to make things look pretty. You can draw it on there. You can doodle it on there. I don't care. It's your journal. It's your notes. It's your happiness. Go where it takes you. And I just started writing in here, and I got some colored pens and all that kind of good stuff. I did some positive reflection over the previous year when I started this. So I did it in 2019, and I'm still adding to it that I have for the journal entry that I have here in my happiness journal. I wrote about my health, happiness, and quotations were for that. And I even included some pictures in here. I don't know. I love being so high tech here. I can't get it flipped around where you can see it. But anyway, I put pictures of some healthy food I love. I put a picture of myself in a bathing suit. I did a couple of smoothie pictures. What else? Well, anyway, I put some pictures in there about things that made me happy for my health. I also created a list for my relationship happiness and what that looked like. I love to travel, in case you didn't know. Just saying. I'm planning a trip this year to go to Ecuador, and I cannot wait to be there. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm going to share Ecuador with you if I can find an internet connection on my podcast and share some of Ecuador with you. I have been to Costa Rica. I've been to Mexico. I've traveled all over the United States. I've been to Europe. I haven't traveled long enough, and they've been like for weeks at a time. My trip to Europe was a little over a month. And of course, way before marriage, way before stepkids and grandkids and house responsibilities and owning a business and all that crazy mess. But anyway, I've traveled a little bit and I love it. I absolutely love it. Meeting new people and trying new things. That's my happy place. I have business happiness that I created a list for, and what my expectations were to be grateful when I reached those benchmarks for business. I also shared some of my video plans. I did some doodles for things that make me happy. Just to kind of give you an example for those that aren't really creative. If I get it turned. I made this little graphic with colored pens: plan, do, review, improve, and repeat. Just to remind myself that if you really want things to get better, you've got to put a plan in place to make that happen. So if you have a project that you're working on, you want to make sure that you plan out your project, you do it, you review how that went, you ask how you could improve it, and then you go back if you can do it again and add those improvement factors to it. It's all about quality engineering your life. And it's those little things that you pay attention to that either trip you up or accelerate your growth. That's the thing that has amazed me, is taking those little bitty things and stacking them up for a really big move of improvement. And my happiness celebration just goes on and on and on. Today, I decided that I needed to be happy about how my curls turned out on the side of my ponytail. I had to really go small today. The fact that my earrings look great with this little jacket, I celebrated that. And that brought me some happiness. So today, just remember, list 9 is what little things brought you joy today, and make a list of all of those. And hopefully, even the little curly twirls on the side of your ponytail, if you're a chick, or your handlebar mustache wax was going OT and looking really cool and funky, whatever that looks like for you, you found your favorite shirt still fits you and it was in the back of the closet, you drag it out today. Just saying, it may take looking at all those little things to change your trajectory today. So I hope you found it fun to explore the impact of the little things today, and that my sharing some of my little things sparked an ounce of joy in your life and brought some memories to the forefront of your mind to make a difference for you. And think about how you might celebrate those little things. Maybe you need to do what Maury Seal recommends and get you a little jar and a bunch of slips of paper and write out every day a little thing you're thankful for. And when you're feeling down and depressed, you drag out one of those little slips of paper to remind you to be grateful for that little something. Or you go all in like I have and create your happiness journal where you only write your happy expectations here, and go back and revisit that journal for yourself. So I hope I've inspired you to take a look at the little things in your life, and that it brings you a spark of joy today. And thanks for sharing this moment with me. I hope that you will like and subscribe and share today so other people that you know can celebrate their little things with you, and you can make them a great big ball of happiness. So thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope that you have a great day, and my intention is to have a great day too. Talk to you later. Bye.